Hey everyone, this is a little bit of a walkthrough. I'm going to show you what you need to do for assignment 0. And so the first thing you need to do, which I'm not going to show you, is installing Audacity, and that should be pretty straightforward. And so let's start with once you've installed it and you launch it for the first time, it's going to look something like this. And so there's a couple of different things right now. So you have different ways of inputting sound. If you're just using a regular computer, it's going to probably have like a MacBook Pro microphone or whatever your laptop microphone is. I've got an external microphone, so I'm selecting that. So this is the input. And then the output, the MacBook Pro speakers. So there's a couple of different things. So we're setting a mono recording. Mono recording just means that there's one channel. A stereo recording means that there's two channels, a left channel and a right channel. We're just going to stick with mono. And so the first thing we need to do for this assignment is to record our voices and saying your name. So you're going to click this red button to say, just to begin recording. And here he goes. Hi, my name is Nick Smith. Right. And I stop this. And so you can see the waveform. So you can move this little cursor around. Press play. Hi, my name is Nick Smith. Okay, great. So after that, that's the first thing you need to do. Okay, you might have a couple of problems if the waveform is really low, so the amplitude is really low, so you can't really hear it. There's a couple of different things you can do. First, I think it's this. This is the mic. Oh, this is the playback speed. Maybe if I expand it, you can change. Oh, sorry. It's over here. So here's the microphone sensitivity, the recording volume. So if it's really low, you might crank it up, which makes your microphone more sensitive. And as you're recording, you could see these little bars here on the top. They were green. If the microphone is too sensitive or like the gain is too loud, you're going to get into some red zones here, meaning that the peaks of the waveform for your speech are sort of outside of the range. It's called clipping. It means the recording is outside the range of what the digital file can represent. So you basically want something that looks like this, where the peaks are never kind of going to beyond the maximum. So you've recorded the first part here, and then let's just put the cursor. Think of this as a cursor for like in a word processor. So it's right there. And then the next thing you're asked to do is to generate a 100 hertz tone that's 1 second long with an amplitude of 0.75. So we go to this generate menu, down to tone, and you have a bunch of different options. Choose sine tone, and you're given a frequency of 100 hertz. The amplitude we're going to set at 0.75. And then we need to say that it's a 1 second duration. And so there's different ways of representing durations. Choose this one, which is hours, minutes, seconds, plus milliseconds. And so this is telling us, here we have to tell the program that the tone is going to be 0 hours, 0 minutes, and 0.5 seconds. So 500 milliseconds is half a second, so it's 0.5 seconds. And then we click OK. And then we have a tone. And let's just finish the assignment and then listen to the whole thing. So again, I'm putting the cursor at the end of where that tone is. And then I ask you to generate a 1,500 millisecond silence. So go up to generate again, silence, and I've done this before. So you're going to set this for 1 second, 1.5 seconds. So 1 second and 500 milliseconds. And that's just going to create this section of silence. Put the cursor at the end again. And that's asking you to create, the assignment's asking you to create a 3000 hertz tone, sine tone. And we're going to change the amplitude to 0.5. And for some reason it's set to samples. We can go back to milliseconds. So here we want it to be 0 seconds and 500 milliseconds. Oops, sorry. I did a mistake. I think I didn't have the cursor at the end. So I'm just going to go Command Z, erase that, put the cursor at the end, generate tone. So again, we want it to be 0 seconds and 500 milliseconds. Ew. Okay, I just did a right arrow. Let's see if this works now. So what I did, and you can't see what my fingers are doing, but instead of manually clicking on this end border, I just hit the right arrow, and that moved the cursor to the end of the file. And so this is our whole thing. We can, I hit Command A to select the whole thing, and now we can listen to it. It goes, "Hi, my name is Nick Smith." So that's everything that's in the file. So I'll point out a couple of things. Let me play it again. Hopefully the microphone can pick it up. I'm just going to increase my volume. Here it goes. "Hi, my name is Nick Smith." Right. Okay, so a couple things, and these that I'll point out. So for this first tone, we set it to an amplitude of 0.75. So basically, that's 75% of the distance between the 0 line and 1. So you can see the amplitude. Can I make it even bigger? Stretch this out. So like the peak of this tone here aligns to the 0.75 measure here. And then the second tone is 0.5, meaning that the peak of this tone matches the 0.5 line. And one of the curious things is, so this is actually a more intense tone, this 100 hertz tone, but it's really low. And so even though this is physically more intense, this physically softer tone actually sounds much louder, meaning we're much more sensitive to it. We'll talk about why that's the case. But basically, this is all you need to generate in the file. What the next step is to export it. So don't go save project. So if you save the project, it's an Audacity specific file, and remember, and what we want is something that's just a plain audio wave file. So export as wave, and then let's choose this folder, and I'm just going to call it assignment 0. Why don't I start by putting my name there. And so you save it in a folder, and you can just click through this. And then you go to file. And so that wave file is something that you're going to upload to Canvas as your assignment. And let me know. I'll create a discussion thread for this. If you run into any problems, post it there. You're probably not the only person to have these problems. So post a question there and we'll answer it and everybody can see your answer, and that will be great. Okay, good luck.